Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss one of the important theorem in differential calculus, Rolle's theorem. Let us first come to statement of the theorem. Statement is if a function f is defined on closed interval ab is continuous in the closed interval ab, second is derivable in the open interval ab, and third is f of a is equal to f of b, then there exists at least one real number c in the open interval ab such that f dash c is equal to 0. This is the Rolle's theorem. Now function is continuous. First condition is function is continuous in the closed interval ab. Continuous means the graph of the function is without gap, without any jump. This is the meaning of the continuous function. Second is function is derivable in the open interval. Derivable means we can draw the tangent. This is the meaning of the derivable. Okay, the function is derivable in the open interval AB. Means at each and every point in the open interval AB, we can draw a tangent to the graph. This is the second condition. Third is f of a is equal to f of b. If these are the three conditions. Okay, third is f of a is equal to f of b. If all these three conditions are satisfied, then the Rolle's theorem guarantees that there exists at least one real number c in the open interval AB such that f dash c is equal to 0. Okay, these are the three conditions and this is the conclusion. If all these three conditions are satisfied, then Rolle's theorem says that there exists at least one real number c in the open interval AB such that f dash c is equal to 0. Okay, now let us understand this theorem with the help of graphs. Okay, this is geometrical interpretation. We have these three graphs. Okay, these are the three graphs. Okay, now let a and b be the points on the graph corresponding to a and b. Means this a is the point, a f a, and b is the point b f b. Okay, in all these three graphs, we have taken A and B corresponding to x is equal to A and x is equal to B, x is equal to A and x is equal to B here also and here also. Okay, let A and B be the 2 points on the graph corresponding to x is equal to A and x is equal to B. Okay, now first condition of the Rolle's theorem is function is continuous from A to B. Okay, it is clear from the graph that the graph is without any jump, without any gap. Therefore, function is continuous from the closed interval a b. Second condition is function is derivable in the open interval. Okay. Now we can draw a tangent at every point in the open interval. It is clear from the graph. This condition also, function is derivable in all these three graphs. Okay. Third is that f of a is equal to f of b. Means ordinate of a and b are equal. That is, the points are equidistant from x-axis. This distance and this distance is same. Same way here, this distance and this distance from x-axis is same, and here also distance from the x-axis is same here. Okay, f of a is equal to f of b. This is the third condition. Okay. Now, if all these three conditions are satisfied, then there exists at least one real number c in the open interval at which derivative is 0. This is the conclusion of the Rolle's theorem. Okay. Now, it is clear from the graph that there exists at least one point P at which tangent is parallel to x-axis. Here, tangent at this point P is parallel to x-axis. It is clear. Here also, if I take P here, then tangent at P is parallel to x-axis. And here there exist 3 points. Three points P1, P2, P3 at which we can draw a tangent which is parallel to x-axis. This is the conclusion. F dash c is equal to 0 means tangent at that point is parallel to x-axis. Okay. Means here we have geometrical interpretation is this. let A and B be the points on the graph. Let A and B be the points on the graph of the function y is equal to fx corresponding to x is equal to a and x is equal to b respectively. Okay, we have taken 2 points a and b. Now first is fx is continuous on closed interval ab. Okay, means graph of fx is without any gap or jumps from a to b. This is the first condition of the Rolle's theorem. Second is fx is derivable on open interval ab, means graph of fx has a tangent at every point in AB. This is the second condition of Rolle's theorem. And third is f of A is equal to f of B. Okay. Third is f of A is equal to f of B, means the ordinates, means y coordinates, the ordinates of A and B are equal. That is the points A and B are equidistant from x-axis. This is the third condition, equidistant from x-axis. Okay. Now from the graph it is clear that all three graphs satisfies all these three conditions. Okay. Now from the graph, all three graphs we have drawn, all three graphs satisfies all above three conditions. Okay, and from the graph it is clear, from the graph it is also clear that, from the graph it is clear that there exist at least one point where tangent is parallel to x-axis, Okay, it is clear from the graph parallel to x-axis. Okay, there exists at least one point between A and B, where tangent is parallel to x-axis. It is clear from the graph. Okay, now we see f dash c is equal to 0. Okay, now f dash c, conclusion of the Rolle's theorem says that f dash c is equal to 0 where c is any point in the open interval AB. Okay, now f dash c is what? This is nothing but slope of the tangent at CFC. Okay, this is slope of the tangent at CFC on the curve fx. Okay, and slope is what? Slope is tan of angle which tangent makes with x-axis. Angle which tangent makes with x-axis, we know this, makes with x-axis. Okay, now since tangent is parallel to x-axis, means angle with x-axis will be 0. This is 0. That means this is 0. Okay, this is the conclusion of the Rolle's theorem. F dash c is equal to 0. Since the tangent is parallel to the x-axis, it is clear from the graph. Therefore, angle which tangent makes with x-axis will be 0 and tangent of 0 is 0. Hence, f dash c is equal to 0. This is the conclusion of the Rolle's theorem. Okay, clear? Now, if any of the three condition is not satisfied, then Rolle's theorem will be failed. Okay, failure of Rolle's theorem. Failure of Rolle's theorem. Okay, next, failure of Rolle's theorem. Okay, now Rolle's theorem fails to hold good for a function which does not satisfy all the three conditions of the theorem. Okay, means all three conditions, continuity, differentiability, and f of a is equal to f of b. If all these three conditions are satisfied, then Rolle's theorem holds. If any of the condition is not true, okay, then in that case Rolle's theorem will not be applicable. Okay, next, the converse of Rolle's theorem is not true. Converse of Rolle's theorem is not true. That means if there exists a point in the open interval at which derivative is 0, doesn't imply all three conditions will hold. This is the converse of the Rolle's theorem. Okay, means that is f dash x may vanish at a point in the open interval AB without fx satisfying all the three conditions of Rolle's theorem. Okay, f dash x may vanish at a point in the open interval without fx satisfying all the three conditions of the Rolle's theorem. Okay, now we consider the example for this. Let f fx be example. We consider the example for this converse part. Fx is equal to 0 and x plus 1. 0 is when x lies between 0 and 1, and this is when x lies between 1 and 2. Okay, this is the function. Fx is 0 when x lies between 0 and 1, and it is x plus 1 when x lies between 1 and 2. Now breaking point is 1. Okay, and the interval is 0, 2. And breaking point in the interval is 1. Therefore, we will check its differentiability and continuity at the point 1. Okay, now at x is equal to 1. First, we check at the point x is equal to 1. Now, limit x tending to 1 minus f of x. That is limit when x tends to x is taking values less than 1. Function is defined as 0. Therefore, this is 0. And when limit x tends to 1 plus means x is taking values more than 1. This is x plus 1, and taking limit as x tending to 1, this will be 1 plus 1, 2. Both limits are unequal. Therefore, function is f is not continuous at x is equal to 1. Okay, and since it is not continuous, therefore f is not derivable also. Since we know differentiability implies continuity. Okay, therefore since it is not continuous at 1, it is not derivable at 1. Okay, now 1 is the in between point 0 and 2. Therefore, first is f is not continuous in close interval 0 2, because at one point in between point 1 it is not continuous. Therefore, it is not continuous in the close interval. Also, f is not derivable in open interval 0 2. And third is f of 0. At n points we are taking f of 0 is by definition 0, and f of 2 by definition will be 2 plus 1, that is 3. Okay, means all three conditions are not satisfied here of Rolle's theorem. Okay, okay, here therefore condition is not satisfied, but here we have f dash 0. Here function is defined as 0 in the interval 0 1. Therefore, f dash 0 is 0 in for every x in open interval 0 1, which is a subset of 0 2. Okay, means there exists a point in the open interval 0 2 where derivative is 0. This is a conclusion. Means conclusion holds but conditions not. Okay, that means we can say the conditions of Rolle's theorem are sufficient but not necessary. Okay, hence we can say the conditions of Rolle's theorem, conditions in the theorem are only sufficient and not necessary for the conclusion. Okay, means if conditions hold, then theorem guarantees the existence of point in the open interval at which derivative is 0. Okay, that means sufficient, but it is not necessary. We may have functions where conclusion holds but conditions are not satisfied. Okay, that means converse is not true. Okay, now we have the another form of the Rolle's theorem, another statement of Rolle's theorem. This is another statement, another form of Rolle's theorem. If a function f is defined on a plus h is, here we are taking the interval as a plus h. First is continuous on closed interval a plus h. Second, derivable on open interval a plus h. And third is f of a is equal to f of a plus h. Okay, then if function satisfies these three conditions, then there exists at least one real number theta in open interval 0 1 such that f dash a plus theta h is equal to 0. This is another form of Rolle's theorem. Okay, here we note that, see here, b is replaced by a plus h and c is replaced by a plus theta h. Okay, now c lies between a and b. That means a plus theta h lies between a and a plus h. This implies 0 is less than theta h is less than h, subtracting a. Okay, and this will give us 0 less than theta less than 1 dividing by h. Therefore, theta lies between 0 and 1. We have taken here theta in the interval 0 1. Okay, this is another statement of another form of Rolle's theorem. Okay, clear? This is Rolle's theorem. Now we come to the examples of Rolle's theorem. Okay, questions related to Rolle's theorem. Now first we consider the example. First example, verify Rolle's theorem. Verify Rolle's theorem for the function fx is equal to x plus 3 e power minus x by 2, and the interval given to us is minus 3 0. This is the interval given to us minus 3 0. We have to verify Rolle's theorem for this particular function fx is equal to this. Okay, now first is continuity. Now since x plus 3 being a polynomial function is continuous, and this is exponential function, and e minus x by 2 being a exponential function is also continuous. Okay, therefore product of two continuous function is also continuous. Therefore their product fx is continuous for every x, and in particular in the closed interval, continuous in closed interval minus 3 0. This is the first condition of Rolle's theorem. Okay, second is the derivable. Same way, now f dash x is equal to, now first I can write my fx in the form x square plus 3x e minus x by 2. I can write my fx in this form. Now f dash x is equal to 2x plus 3 e minus x by 2 plus, applying the product rule of differentiation, this is x square plus 3x, and this is e minus x by 2 minus 1 by 2. Okay, that is, this is equal to 2x plus 3 minus x square by 2 minus 3x by 2 e minus x by 2. Okay, now this can be further written as, this is 4x plus 6 minus x square minus 3x by 2 into e minus x by 2. I can write this, and this is 6 plus x minus x square upon 2, like this. Now it is not becoming infinite at any point, okay, which does not become infinite or indeterminate means 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity form at any point in the open interval, any point on of minus 3 0, open interval minus 3 0, implies fx is differentiable or derivable on minus 3 0. This is the second condition of the Rolle's theorem. Okay, now third is f of a is equal to f of b. Okay, third is f of a is equal to f of b, and here a is minus 3 and b is 0. Third is, now fx is x square plus 3x e minus x by 2, and interval is minus 3 0. Okay, now third is f of minus 3. If I take x to be minus 3, this will be 9 minus 9 e 3 by 2. This is 0, and f of 0 is 0. That means f of minus 3 is equal to f of 0. Okay. Therefore, fx satisfies all the three conditions of Rolle's theorem. Therefore, by Rolle's theorem, there exists at least one C in open interval minus 3, 0 such that f dash C is equal to 0. Okay. Now, f dash x is 6 plus x minus x square by 2 e minus x by 2. That means f dash c is 6 plus c minus c square by 2 e minus c by 2 is equal to 0. Okay, this is non-zero. Okay, this is non-zero for any finite value of c. Therefore, this will give us 6 plus c minus c square is equal to 0. That is c square minus c minus 6 is equal to 0. That is c is equal to this is equal to, this is 1 plus minus 5 by 2. That means 1 plus 5, 6. This is through 3. And this is 1 minus 5 minus 4. This is minus 2. Okay. And out of these two values, interval here is minus 3, 0. And out of these two values, this lies in this interval. Okay. Out of these two values, minus 2 belongs to minus 3, 0. Okay. Hence the verification. Okay. Clear? This is how we have to verify a given function if it's theorem or not. This is a verification. Okay, clear? Now we come to next question. Now we come to the second question. This is, here also we have to verify Rolle's theorem for the function fx is equal to log x square plus ab upon x into a plus b, and the interval is closed interval ab. We have to verify Rolle's theorem for this function fx is equal to log x square plus ab divided by x into a plus b in the interval ab, closed interval ab. Now, I can write my fx in the form, this is log m by n, and we know log m by n is log m minus log n. Okay, therefore I can write this as log x square plus ab minus log x a plus b. I can write like this, and we know log m into n is log m plus log n. Therefore, I can further rewrite this as log x square plus ab minus log x minus log a plus b. Okay. Now, this fx being the composite function of continuous function, being a composite function of continuous functions in closed interval ab is also continuous function of x in closed interval ab. All these three functions are continuous. Therefore, fx is composite function of continuous function, and hence it is also continuous function in the closed interval. This is the first condition. Okay. Second is derivable. Now, f dash x. From here, I can write my f dash x as 1 upon x square plus ab 2x minus 1 by x. I can write my f dash x in this form. This can be further written as x into x square plus ab. This is 2x square minus ab. And this is x square minus ab by x upon x into x square plus ab. Okay. Now in the interval AB, it is nowhere becoming infinite or indeterminate in the closed interval AB. Therefore, function is derivable, which does not become infinite or indeterminate, means 1 by 0 form, or indeterminate 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, indeterminate form for x lying between x and b, a and b, sorry. Therefore, and so fx is derivable in open interval AB. This is the second condition. Okay, continuity and derivable. Next is f of a is equal to f of b. Okay, third is, now third part is, now fx is log x square plus ab minus log x minus log a plus b. Okay, now third is f of a. This is log a square plus ab minus log a minus log a plus b. That is, this is log a square plus ab upon, this is, I can write this as minus log a square plus ab, and this can be written as log a square plus ab by a square plus ab, which is 0. Okay, log 1 is 0, and same way log fb will be log b square. This is b square plus ab minus log b minus log a plus b, and this is log b square plus ab. This is log ab plus b square, and this is log b square plus ab by b square plus ab, and this is 0. Okay, this is the third condition. Okay, therefore fx satisfies, all the three conditions of Rolle's theorem, all three conditions of Rolle's theorem, and therefore there exists at least one C in the open interval AB such that f dash c is equal to 0. Okay, now f dash x is x square minus ab by x into x square plus ab. Therefore f dash c, this is equal to c square minus ab by c into c square plus ab is equal to 0, and this will give us c square is equal to ab, or c is equal to plus minus square root of ab. Okay, now out of these two values, we have values of c as c is equal to square root of ab. Okay, c is equal to plus minus square root of ab. Out of these two values, square root of ab and minus square root of ab, out of these two values, this value lies between a and b being the geometric mean, lies between a and b being the geometric mean of a and b. Okay, means there exists at least one value in the open interval AB at which derivative is 0. Okay, hence the verification. Okay, this is how we have to solve the questions of Rolle's theorem. Okay, clear? That's it for this video. In my next video, I'm going to discuss some more problems on Rawls theorem. If you have any queries or any suggestions, please write to me in comment box. Thank you.